Hey guys, it's the Doc, and here's our next installment of the hashtag Ask Dr. Mudgil series of posts. And this question actually comes to me from many of my patients, many of my senior patients. And the question I get frequently asked is, should I choose a traditional Medicare plan or a Medicare Advantage plan? And this is the enrollment season for Medicare plans. So this is a question I have been getting asked quite a bit lately. And I just want to preface my answer by saying this is my personal opinion. This is the advice I would give someone in my family if they were to ask me. But really, it behooves you to do your own research and see which plan is the best fit for you. So the difference between these two plans first is traditional Medicare is Medicare offered by government. And you just, you sign up with the government plan and, that's traditional Medicare. Medicare Advantage plans are run by private insurance companies. So basically, our taxpayer dollars are given to private insurance companies like United and Aetna, and these companies administer the Medicare Advantage plans. And I'm sure many of you know how I feel about private insurers, and I'm going to kind of walk you through this. There was actually a very good article in the New York Times this past week which described the differences between the two plans. It was pretty objective, and I encourage you to read it. We'll put a little, we'll give you the title of the article, so you can just search it on the New York Times website. This is my opinion. So, Medicare Advantage plans, my personal opinion is that they're far inferior to traditional Medicare plans. And the reason why is commercial insurance companies are basically evil institutions whose only goal is to maximize their profit. And they do that two ways. They do that by denying patients access to care, by denying medications, denying procedures, etc., and by not paying doctors. So they sit on this pile of money, they use that money to invest in stuff, and they collect interest on it, and that's how they become so wealthy. So with these Medicare Advantage plans, they're basically using our taxpayer dollars to employ those same tactics. So I'll give you some examples. There's really three big reasons not to choose a Medicare Advantage plan, in my opinion. The first is most doctors take Medicare. The great majority of doctors accept traditional Medicare, but many doctors do not accept Medicare Advantage plans for the aforementioned reasons. Private health insurers are just a pain in the ass and are impossible to deal with and are not good to patients or their doctors. So if you have traditional Medicare, you can pretty much go see any doctor who participates in it, which is like 90% of doctors, or 80-something percent. A very, very big percentage of doctors take it. Medicare Advantage plans have their network of doctors. So if you have a United Medicare Advantage plan, it'll be the doctors who participate with United Medicare Advantage. If you have an Aetna Medicare Advantage plans, it'll be that subset of doctors that take Aetna Medicare Advantage plans. And this can become an issue if you're someone who travels a lot. So say you have your doctor in New York, but you go to Florida for the winter, you may not have a doctor there that takes the United Medicare Advantage plan, but you'll certainly find a doctor who takes traditional Medicare there. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is traditional Medicare. So say you're a doctor, say I see a patient, I say, you need to get an MRI for us to evaluate this particular, condition. Traditional Medicare approves it. It's literally, there's no prior authorization required. If the doctor thinks it's necessary, the patient will get what the doctor thinks is necessary. Now, Medicare Advantage plans will never do that. They will deny it. They will say it requires a prior authorization. I've heard thousands and thousands and thousands of stories of patients who had lung cancer, and Medicare Advantage plan denied their CT scan, and they were finally approved it a week before the patient died of cancer. There's all these kinds of tragic stories that are out there, and these are Medicare Advantage plans. They basically employ the same tactics that they do for their commercial plans. Basically deny procedures, deny prescriptions. That's how they maintain their profit margin. If they don't pay the money out for patient care, they're sitting on a bigger pile of money. In this case, it's a pile of money that we as taxpayers are paying into the system. And the third reason is many hospitals don't take Medicare Advantage plans. So if you get sick and you have Medicare, you can go to the best hospitals in the country. You could go to Mount Sinai, you could go to NYU, you could go to Mass General Hospital. Everyone takes, all those big hospitals, the top academic centers, take traditional Medicare. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan, you have to choose from their hospitals that participate with that plan, many of which are not the top hospitals. So many of those hospitals are kind of subpar institutions that aren't ranked amongst the top hospitals in the country. So those are three reasons why I think it's important to choose traditional Medicare over Medicare Advantage plans. Now, I've said this many times before, it's up to us as patients and doctors to be vocal about these sorts of things, because patient care is between the patient and their doctor. Health insurance companies are basically profiting off of both of our backs. That's how they make their money. And the problem is our legislators, the folks that we elect on both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats, they're being paid off by these insurance companies. So they don't have any incentive to make changes that benefit patient care. So I hope that answers your question, if this is a question that you've been considering. If you have any more questions, please just put them in the comments, whether this is YouTube, Instagram, and I'll be happy to provide any insight that I can. Again, check out that article in the New York Times, and hopefully you'll be able to find a plan that fits best for you. Let's get it.